from Malaho Stadium in Honolulu. Let's go, Dunbar.
Well, I'll tell you something, Ripper. This is going to be a night of action-packed wrestling from Hawaii as Polynesian Pacific Championship Wrestling brings another program your way.
And it's that hot summer night number 2. As the stands are packed, Dunbar, I can feel the action in the air.
Well, I'll tell you something, Ripper. This is going to be a night absolutely spectacular. We're sitting here right now in the middle of Aloha Stadium. It's a very warm summer night, and we've got some hot action coming your way. So please stay with us. To the night that a flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Malone.
All right, Dunbar, the first match coming up this evening is going to be the mighty Milo, our little package of dynamite against the mighty Solo.
Jumpin' Joe Solo is a kind of an unusual wrestler. He was trained by Superfly Dewey. Mighty Milo, a fine exponent of scientific wrestling. It's going to be a match made in heaven. A great opener for a great card. We've got a lot of action coming your way this evening. I'll tell you what, folks, stay with us. We're going to be back with the first match in just a moment.
Polynesian Pacific Wrestling presents the End of Summer Series. Neil Blaisdell Center, Wednesday, August 20th, 7 p.m. See Lars Anderson and the 510-pound Grizzly Smith take on Kamehameha and Maniac Mark Lewin. See the Avenging Barry Hart versus the Sheik. Be there to see Jeff Magruder attempt a new world powerlifting record, plus 5 more exciting matches. And as a Polynesian Professional Wrestling special back-to-school offer, children under 12 free when accompanied by an adult. Tickets on sale now. Neil Blaisdell Center box office. Be there.
Alone and help exhibit 1572.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the blue corner, from the Hawaiian Islands, weighing in at 256 pounds, Robert Toronto! And his opponent, which will be coming into the ring area shortly. I just got in a little faster than I thought. Jumpin' Joe Solo. This is a 20-minute, one-fall bout to you, Ripper and Dunbar.
Okay, Dunbar, let's get into this one. This is the first hot one of the night.
Yeah, you know, Mighty Milo was originally scheduled to open this, but I guess they wanted a contender more in the weight range of Jumping Joe Solo. So we've got 2 full heavyweights here. Robert Toronto, pretty good scientific wrestler in his own right. Occasionally, though, he has flares of temper. Jumping Joe Solo, like we said earlier, is definitely an exponent of the no-holds-barred routine taught to him by Superfly Tui, the current Polynesian Pacific champion. So this is going to be a contest well worth watching. And the bell has rung, and there's the first lockup. It's collar and elbow. Robert Toronto forcing him right against the ring rope.
And he steps back into a nice, clean break on the rope. That's what the wrestling fans like to see, Dunbar, is a nice, clean break, clean scientific wrestling. However, there are those that do not believe in it.
Good spin under takedown. Robert Toronto doing very well so far. Grabs the side headlock and holds on. Turns it, reverses it. Still a lot of pressure.
Oh, he's making some nice moves in there, Dunbar.
Chain wrestling moves right into a hammerlock.
Little go behind, almost got a pin in there, but they're in the ropes, and the referee will have to break this hold up.
Referee Sammy Sampson right there immediately. So far, Robert Toronto being the aggressor in this match.
And he's also made some nice moves in there. Usually, Robert doesn't make all those moves. He gets one and hangs on to it. Tonight, he's making some nice moves in there.
Well, from what I understand, he and Milo have been working out together, and of course, Milo is one of the finest exponents of scientific wrestling. Into the ropes they go. Whoa! Good counter. He was going to try for a backdrop, but Jumping Joe Solo was one foot ahead. Low suplex now brings it down to the canvas. Quick cover at the count of one only. Jumping Joe Solo doesn't seem to be as fast tonight as he normally has been in the past. I understand that he's been on a worldwide tour, and it could be the jet lag is getting to him.
Well, sometimes that happens with the wrestlers. The top stars even will tell you they wrestle in Tokyo one night, and 2 nights later they're scheduled in New York or Honolulu or somewhere, and it will get to you because the body says slow down, and when the body says slow, you have to do it. Yeah. A nice side headlock here by Robert right now, and I think Solo is making his next move mentally.
Probably so. You know, talking about those circadian rhythms, I understand, Ripper Collins, that you used to be a world champion also when you were wrestling. Ooh! Yeah, good backdrop, too. Quick press, Robert Toronto down to the canvas. It was just a count of one.
Well, yeah, Dunbar, I've been around the world 7 times, and I'll tell you, if they ever have wrestling on the moon, I'm going to make a comeback and go to the moon for that final last match.
All right. Robert Toronto setting his man up. A counter possibly. Yeah. Oh, look at that.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Vertical suplex. Two.
That's it. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Robert Toronto definitely taking command of this match from the outset. Jumping Joe Solo, not really giving him too much of a contest. And I'll tell you something right now, Robert Toronto's got a feather in his cap because that chalks up a win in the win column for him.
Well, I'll tell you, he made some good moves out there tonight, and I think, like you said, that maybe the Solo wasn't as fast as he should have been. And we're going to have to go to a commercial, and we'll be right back.
Because that's what produces jobs, and jobs are what keep our young...
All right, welcome everyone to the Lethal Lottery Special. I'm your host, Alex G, and with me this evening we have good old Matt Riley and our longtime personal friend, Scott Franklin. What's going on tonight, gentlemen?
Hi, thanks for the payment.
Oh, you're welcome.
The Lethal Lottery Tag Team Tournament. Action, excitement, drama.
So I guess before we start, can we get some of the histrionics of the Lethal Lottery? And how did the idea come to fruition?
It's all Scott's fault.
Oh, that goes
I
without
was
saying.
jonesing for something that I saw on TV.
So there's no Battle Bowl component to this Lethal Lottery?
No.
No, but you can come back and make one. Johnny B, would you like a Battle Bowl component?
Sponsored by Kohler, the toilet bowl.
As long as we get one of those nifty Battle Bowl rings that they were using for a while. Is the ring the worst championship prize in wrestling?
Well, MJF's been using his as a weapon for like 5 years now.
It's getting kind of old, don't you think?
Yeah.
So you had the ring, and I think Mid-South had that trophy for a while, like the TV championship. But what other
the
things?
trophy that is being used in NXT right now, I don't find that thrilling.
That's fair. So it should be all belts at this point. I almost feel that like even the NFL and NBA should have belts instead of rings at this point. Now the WWE will often give them out to whoever wins said championship, but it'd be nice.
I think a trophy for trios is okay.
Well, I can history-wise, 2021, the first Lethal Lottery Tag Team Tournament saw the team of Flashy Jack Ferdinand and Alexander J. Styles defeat the tag team of Dixon Ticonderoga and Monster Truck Tanaka. Almost pulled that off, Scott. And 2022, Who the Heck is Mike Cook and the California Gunslinger defeated the Hawaiian Heartthrob and Lone Star Redneck. Remember him?
I do not.
Oh. And last year it was Uncle Randy and Johnny WrestleFest defeating I hit the wrong key and I erased the name and I can't remember what it is now, so I have to go back and look.
That's a long name.
One of the bad things about Google Docs is every so often you hit a button and you bump something and erase a field, and you close the file or whatever. You don't remember.
You can't go back at all. No.
Yeah, it's like, oh man. Are we gonna see the Johnny B the movie poster tonight?
No, because Johnny B has sent me notes regarding the poster.
Did you really?
So I sent it to him the other day, and he sent back notes. So I'm gonna have to make some corrections on it.
It went from a pun to a listen, buddy. You're gonna do this. You're gonna do it right. See? Yeah.
I value his opinion very much. So
I don't know why Johnny B became a gangster, but that's what happened. Hold on. Oh. There it is. It's almost the right one. 193. Let's go 195 and see if I see the results here. Okay, they last year Uncle Randy and Johnny WrestleFest defeated by 1 point Hot Sus Hernandez and Brady Buckshot. So Hot Sus Hernandez.
sounds racist.
Hot Sauce Hernandez was one of Larry's, like the Steel Cutouts type names.
Yeah.
But Steel Cutouts just is a beautiful, like...
Oh, it's wonderful.
Yeah, that's a great name. Sometimes you have a name that comes to mind and it sounds great. Like, for the longest time, I wasn't sure if I was actually going to pull the trigger on U.S. Mail.
Yeah. You were talking about that for a while.
Yeah. And then I did, and it was like, all right, let's just do this. And that was dope. I love writing for him. If you haven't seen the promo he cut in the BRL, he gets accidentally invited to a gay pride event to speak for it. And he thinks it's about, when it says thank you for being you, he's like, oh, well, I want thanks. And it does not go well. But I always picture, that's like a wrestler, like punny one. I was thinking the other day, I saw somebody put a post, it was Jake or maybe it was Tom, and it was a post about, naming not your wrestler, or I think it was maybe the first. It was first was your wrestler, your favorite wrestler to write for, and then other wrestlers. And it's true. Like, certain wrestlers, I enjoy reading. Like, some wrestlers, I know people like the things like Red Scorpion, but then it gets to a point where it's so absurd. You're like, the guy's just dicking with us. Like Big Bad Bob is just on another planet. He does the work, he puts in the time and the effort, but man, that guy's just on another world. Now tonight, we should mention that, like the Lethal Lottery Trifecta Tournament, the winners of this tournament go on to face the Iwar World Tag Team Champions. And the difference is when you usually challenge for the tag championships, you face them in a tag match of like your tag flow versus their tag flow. But for this, we do it like the tournament where it's two singles wrestlers having their scores added up. So it's really a difficult thing for the champs, and I can say this personally because the Von Schnapps just lost the six-man championships to this very process to the team of Flashy Jack Ferdinand, Suyu Pai, and Double D Christoph. Now, will they retain the belts next time they get challenged by whoever wins the elite tournament? I don't know. It'll be tough. But, it's a fun little ripple in the way we play the game. I like saying ripple.
Rhymes with nipple.
It does. All right. Where are we at with Scott feverishly cutting paper? His scissors.
Usually writing names on paper.
Oh, yeah. Scott's prepping. All right. So, do we want to announce the field first, or just do it randomly and we'll be like, they get who they get? King Kalua. That's Hawaiian Heartthrob before he was discovered by the BRL. Any questions from anybody out there?
Give away any belts lately?
No.
I don't know if I would have gone that far, but that was pretty good. I have not won any belts lately, thank you, Mike Cook.
Yeah. What are you gonna do? What? Are you gonna
Kick Mike Cook's ass.
Oh.
Who the heck's that guy?
Oh.
I don't know, but he keeps getting in my business. FIL, CWO.
I'll tell you what my favorite thing of the week is. I've been saying this for a while, but the game Helldivers 2 is a space game, but like you play teams of 4, and I really enjoy when I play. I haven't played in a couple weeks, but they do these things where the guys that run the game will be like, "All right, everybody, Planet A is refining this plasma we use for our laser rifles, and if you guys get the monsters to a 0 level, you free the whole entire planet. The laser gun 5000 will be available for players to use." Great, right? And then the other one's like, "Oh, some scientists are trapped on a planet. We got to get the scientists off. And if you get the scientists off the planet, we're going to unleash a new weapon that will be a surprise," right? So that's kind of the thing they do a lot of. Until this past week, they were like, "Oh, the refinery, the factory that makes the robot-killing anti-tank mines is being attacked, and we've got to repel the attack and free the planet so we can get the tanks out, or the tank mines out. So if players free this planet, everyone gets to have anti-tank mines. Yay!" So you either do that mission or the other mission. What's the other mission? An emergency trip to a giant children's hospital establishment on a planet that's remote, that's under attack, and you have to go save the children. But you can only do one mission. And let's just say, not looking good for the kids.
Fuck them kids.
Everyone wants the anti-tank mines. There are so many awesome memes making fun of it, because it's like, one of the players. I will say this: I've learned. I didn't know this, but Red Dead Redemption Part 2, which I enjoy, has an online role player online world, and it looks like the worst thing they've ever done, because the game itself is awesome, solo game, but the role playing, there's so many people that just sit around trying to pretend to be cowboys and people living in the time, and they're just so apparently miserable. And I just watch these guys on TikTok who go in there and just mess with people, and that's great. It's a good time on TikTok if you want to enjoy yourself. One guy has a giant trumpet, and he goes into town and it goes boom, 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 and they get mad at him and chase him around. Good times. I'm still buying time for Scott to get his names ready.
You're vamping. It's good.
I am wearing my my official Samoan Death Grip T-shirt.
Oh.
So there you have it. There you have it, folks. Let's see. Other stuff going on in the game. I got to do write-ups this week. I'm in the midst of designing a from scratch D&D world for my friends. I'm going to be running the campaign, and a lot of work goes into that. I'm using this program where I lay everything out and build it and all that. I'm going to get that started in like a month or so. I want to get started before we go to Gen Con. So it's like, that's going on. I have a Magic Bash to write, a Magic Clash to write, a cover to do. I'm debating what to do with the cover. And there's 2 events at, one particular at a Magic Bash that like has a secret ending. So like, reveal that.
Is it a happy ending?
Robert Kraft was in attendance.
So you have to go. You have to, if you're gonna do that, you gotta make sure you ask for the warm towel. So just saying.
You don't want that cold towel.
You don't want a cold towel on your junk. You know,
that's Ivan Pussy's kid.
Ivan, where?
On the screen right now.
Let me go back to it. Probably not.
No.
You're watching the earliest ECW shows.
That's what I was thinking. Maybe Ivan Putski was in there.
I don't think so. I mean, he does have a son. His name is Scott Putski. He was in, I believe, was in the light heavyweight tournament in the WWF in 1997. So.
Oh.
I wonder what happened to Hunter Q. Robbins, the manager of the Super Destroyers.
Let's see here.
So since we're watching ECW, like, what was your first experience with ECW? Like, where'd you hear about it?
I've heard about it through I was watching it, but the big thing for me when it comes to ECW was my friend Mike was like, I'm gonna rent, whatever pay-per-view it was, and it was the one where New Jack almost killed, was it Vic Grimes?
Yeah, he threw him off the thing.
Yeah,
Vic Grimes almost killed him.
Yeah, like off the balcony or something, and I was like, what the? And that was just, and like one of the shows like broke Francine's neck to the pile driver, like she's dead. It was a show was joined, and then another friend of mine, Jay, he went to the Mass Transit show where that kid lied about his wrestling career and he was actually 17.
Revere, Massachusetts.
Revere, and New Jack just cut him up like a
carved them up.
Yeah.
My first experience with ECW was like people were talking about it, like it just popped on MSG, and they're like, "Oh, there's this wrestling and it's real." I go back to watch it. I'm like these motherfuckers. It's not real.
Oh,
Jimmy Jannetty.
Jimmy Jannetty. Who the hell's that?
It's not Marty Jannetty. It's Jimmy Jannetty.
Oh. All right, Scott. I'm giving you a couple right now. Hold on. The last 2 are NWL.
Yeah, because we need that.
And okay, need more? Let me know. We're getting there, so close. Oh.
So any TT that you read this week kind of really like, oh wow, that was really good?
I really skimmed it this week because I've been so busy with the D&D stuff and other things I'm working on. Let's see here. I will say, generally speaking, I like to read when it comes to like just things to start off with. And the IWL and CWL, they have like the CWL Blaze 411.
Yeah.
Because what's good about this, I read that first and kind of remember, oh, okay, this is what happened last time. Remember, like almost those TV shows, like the last, previously on Reno 911 or whatever, whatever show it was.
The Love Boat.
The Love Boat, yeah. But it's good, like kind of like, oh, okay. And then I will tell you, in the CWL, there is a very big, full page, big twist angle that goes off. It's on page 26 of the CWL. And then in the WTL, in a similar vein, oh man, I altered my screen here. What did I do here? Oh, that's the old one. There it is. On page 16 of the WTL is you find out who is truly in cahoots.
Oh.
So, you're watching. All right. Who is coming on for the show? Maybe no one. Maybe just be us yelling at each other.
That wouldn't be the first time.
Skittles. Yeah, Skills the wrestler.
Skittles. Didn't say skills. You might need some rest there, my friend. Anyone that's been on the locker room knows who exactly Skittles is.
See, Alex, you're missing out on like big Skittles talk.
I will never join that.
You're not missing much. It's really active around the gold bulletins. Then it kind of
you would miss much. I'm the one that brought the whole damn Skittles thing up. Thank you very much. Screw the both of you.
All right. Say hello.
Act like I don't do anything around there. I hide. I watch.
Then you spring like a cobra.
Damn right.
Do the little slits in the
Skittles
closet.
cobra.
That's the way I watch.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I figured that out many times. Sometimes I think I'm banging the headboard and all I hear is banging the side of the wall.
That's fair.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I will say other TT to worth checking out. Looks like we're here in the. Oh, this is the. No, well, again, like I said, check out the recaps to get caught up on what happened last time.
And there's pay-per-views to be read too.
Yes, always good. BWL, big ups to the BWL because Brenda Bring to Pain is the new women's champion for the IWA, and then Betty the New won the IWA's Women's Queen of the Ring. So there it is. And we lost Jimmy. Hey, like I said, they can't all be home runs. But how's your car running, Alex?
So today we took it in because I had a exhaust leak. So we put the car up on ramps, and we noticed I had a dime-sized hole right where my headers met my exhaust.
Uh-oh.
And then, so we took it to the mechanic guy, and he cut it and welded a new pipe there. So this is my exhaust leak. At least that portion of it is fixed, but I think I have a leak coming from the manifold and the header gasket itself. So because I hear a little like that. when I accelerate.
Is
So
it Hannibal Lecter? What the hell?
that's what it sounds like. So,
My God.
so I'm glad I got one thing fixed. So we're on to the next thing. So that's the big things I have to do, and it seems pretty minor. Like I got to do the tune-ups. Like I got to change those plugs and the plug wires. Probably the fuel filter. You know, I already changed the air filter. Maybe change the cabin filter too on top of that. And then I desperately need new tires, but the tires are $200 a pop, so it's going to be like $1,000 for the tires itself.
Oh, no.
So, because they're starting to dry rot a little bit, that could be potentially dangerous if I'm going at high speeds. And you know, I got whatever that leak I have is, I got to figure that out. So, otherwise we're driving pretty good. It still leaks water at the T-tops, which is always fun. Well, now at least it's warm water because it's so hot outside. Oh, that car's a fucking oven too, by the way. AC don't work, so I'm gonna have to change the compressor on it. But the car is a fucking oven. It's black too, so it's like and the T-top, so it's like it's glass on top. So the sun beats down on you pretty rough too, especially when you sit in Long Island traffic. It'll be rough. But you know, once I get the AC working, you know, we'll be okay.
All right.
It's getting closer and closer to time.
Oh. 2 minutes remain, fans. 2 minutes.
Everyone, get back to your seats.
We need Gary Capetta.
You know, they tried to call him GMC for a while. That was stupid.
GMC. Oh, boy. Oh, Gary Michael Capetta.
That's when he worked for Ring of Honor when they first opened up.
What's this I hear about Scott D'Amore going to Ring of Honor?
Possible. I thought WWE. I know WWE might pick them up, but it seems like they have a pretty strong working relationship with TNA at this point, though.
Mm-hmm.
So, be on the lookout. They might actually buy them out wholesale.
You think?
It's possible.
Huh? Well, did he sell his controlling interest, or that happen, or that like a?
I don't know. I don't know how much controlling interest he actually had.
Huh.
But like the Indies, like since the creation of AEW, the Indies have taken a hit for sure. You know, because they sucked in so much talent from the Indies, so it's like
Sure.
they killed Ring of Honor. Like PWG wasn't what it was. CZW is not what it was. So Game Changer is not what it was. So you know, MLW wasn't what it was going to be because they took a lot of talent from there, and then you have the NWA, which can be a rough watch.
Yes.
No, because the NWA, and like I really wanted that to work the way it should have, but eventually it just became like, all right. So Billy Corgan's in a band, so he's like Smashing Pumpkins. So I won't use a music analogy here, where the NWA is being a really bad cover band of like Jim Crockett Promotions. Like it's parody booking. It's very bizarre, and it's just very like they're a cover band. That's what they're doing.
Yeah.
So do something new or fresh, and it's just like oof.
All right, looks like we can start this in about 30 seconds.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Alert, fans, alert.
Only of the diehards of the diehards are on right now, which is no one.
Absolutely.
Might be Johnny B.
Johnny B. His secret account.
Yeah, there's no way, like, you can't go back and look. I can't go back and look who is subscribed. He doesn't give me a list.
No.
No.
This is the number one entrant into the lethal lottery.
Yeah.
He showed up once. He showed up twice. Now he's in. The Chameleon.
And who will be his partner?
Standing in the ring beside him. His tag team partner will be Shotgun James Carnage.
Oh! They might win the whole fucking thing.
Don't forget.
It's a tout fucking team right there. That's pretty strong. Remind me to go back before we end this this show. Remind me to talk about which IWA wrestler would make a hell of a actual real life wrestler. We'll go back and talk about that later on. So just remind me so I don't forget.
Absolutely. Coming up next. And how are we going to do this? We're going to go down the line, or we're going to go as the opponent for the team?
Opponent.
Okay. First opponent for the team. For the first team, Scurvy Jones.
Who's got that in high school?
I've had it for a while.
All right.
And Scurvy Jones's partner will be, why not, Rusty Chains.
Oh. Okay. Now, in the interest of me going to sleep before 1 in the morning, I think I'll do the results, or I'll let Scott do the results tomorrow or something, or this weekend, and we'll post them next week. But we'll do all the matchups this week, or tonight, for round 1. That seems fair. I do have to be up in 4 hours, so. All right. Who's our next team?
Coming up, it's going to be Nick Gemini.
And his partner?
Double D Christoph.
Oh.
Okay. And their opponents?
It's going to be tough for them to get the win, as it's going to be Suyupai. And Suyupai's partner is Patrick O'Malley.
Okay.
We've got Dark Danger.
Okay.
Stranger Danger.
Jeez.
And Big Guns, Greg Gunnar.
Okay, and they're tagging on.
They will be taking on the team of Single Dorito and the Bag of Sun Chips. And Sun Chips' partner is Marshall Reeves.
Marshall Reeves?
Yes. The WTL.
Yes. All right.
Killer Creed.
Killer Creed and their partner?
Mike Mason.
Oh, it's Mike freaking Mason.
Yeah, him too.
Yeah, both of them.
All right, and they're going to face off all against
Mike Dynasty.
and his partner.
Blitzkrieg.
Okay. Next team.
Mid-South Maxwell.
Okay.
And Mid-South Maxwell's partner?
Yep.
Punk Rock Mike. That is a very underrated team right there.
All right. Yeah. Okay, who will they face against?
They will be facing against Agent 26.
Oh, nice. And
Hillbilly Steve.
Hillbilly Steve. Okay. Next up.
Next up will be El Grandioso. And El Grandioso's partner, Steel Cut Oats.
Oh,
Good old steel cutouts.
loves feet.
And oatmeal.
Who are they taking on?
Scapegoat.
And
Darby Allin?
his partner?
Starlight.
All right. And next up,
Hypnotic.
okay, and their partner?
Weekums the Clown. There's a lot of lights out right there.
Okay.
E-Man Hoven.
Yeah.
E-Man Hoven's partner, Kamikaze.
All right.
Ray Del Mundo.
Rey del Mundo.
And Ray Del Mundo's partner,
Yeah.
Dakawanda Shea. Boombaye.
How do you spell it?
What a jerk.
DAKAWANDESHE.
By right. And their opponents?
Greg E. Money. And to finish out the lethal lottery,
Yep.
Stevie Vertigo.
There it is. That's a team right there. All right. So,
Sounds good.
all right. Here's the teams and the matchup. So it's going to be Chameleon and Shotgun James Carnage versus Scurvy Jones and Rusty Chains. Dark Danger and Big Guns Greg and R taking on Single Dorito with a bag of Sun Chips and Marshall Reeves. AG26 and Hillbilly Steve taking on Mid-South Maxwell and Punk Rock Mike. Hypnotic and Squeakums the Clown taking on He-Man Hoven and Kamikaze. Nick Gemini and Double D Christoph taking on Suyu Pai and Patrick O'Malley. Killer Creed and Mike Freaking Mason taking on Mike Dynasty and Blitzkrieg. El Grandioso and Steel Cut Oats taking on Scapegoat and Starlight. Ray Del Mundo and Dakawanda Shea Boombaye taking on Greg E. Money and Steve Vertigo. So there it is, folks. We will post the results from this within the next few days, next week earliest. Like I said, I'm gonna be up in a little while, but I don't know, I think we
Because they'll have the results before we do.
probably, yeah. So, there you have it, folks. All right, well, I think that's all we needed, right?
That's all we needed.
All we needed. Very nice.
All right.
All right, guys. So, I guess we are officially out of time. So, for Scott Franklin, for Matt Riley, I'm Alex G. Have a good night.
I dig that.